All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're very, very welcome. My name is Stephen Johnston. I'm Managing Director here at the Boston Harbour Hotel. You're very welcome on this balmy summer afternoon to the waterfront. It's good to have you all here. We're all very excited, obviously, for Sail Boston coming our way in just a year from now. And we will be a focal point for lots that's happening in the city. Anyway, without further ado, there's lots to talk about and lots to celebrate. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome Doug Meehan and Antoinette Antonio. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks to small miracles, this breeze is absolutely beautiful, so we appreciate that. I'm Doug Meehan alongside Antoinette Antonio. We are co-anchors for WCVB's Eye Opener newscast. And yes, we are thrilled to be here under this fabulous rotunda at Boston Harbor Hotel today to announce the official one-year countdown to tall ships' return to Boston.
Exactly 1 year from now, Boston will host an international fleet of ships from July 11th to the 16th of 2026. We are an official port of the Sail 250 Tall Ships Regatta in celebration of our nation's 250th anniversary, our nation's semi-quincentennial.
I'm sorry, what?
Semi-quincentennial. It's our nation's 250th birthday.
They told me there would be no math. That's what I was told, but I'll take your word for it.
Here's what I can tell you. Boston is swinging for the fences with the largest fleet of tall ships expected to be here since the year 2000. And what could be the largest tourism event in Boston's history, and we all know Boston has a very long history.
That is saying something based on the events that have happened here. And yes, as a reminder, you have 1 year to know these are ships, not boats.
We've already been corrected.
Yes, make sure you get that right. On July 11th, 2026, the tall ships will parade into Boston Harbor under sail, led by Boston's own USS Constitution, and that is going to be quite the sight to see behind us.
Oh, even more exciting, the amount of generous local support that Sail Boston has been able to attract. In fact, our very own station, WCVB Channel 5, Boston's news and community leader, is proud to announce our exclusive TV partnership of Sail Boston 2026 and Sail Boston 250.
Awesome.
And I'm told our chief meteorologist, Cindy Fitzgibbon, is already working on that forecast. So we have a beautiful day like today, maybe a little bit less humid. We'll put that on the order slip for her. Well, it is our hope that in the months ahead, many other corporate and civic leaders will come aboard.
I see what you did there.
To support this magnificent initiative.
Speaking of leadership, your next speaker, if you need something done in this town, this is who you call. Sail Boston would not be possible without the continued leadership of its hardworking board of directors and Conventures, Inc. Join me along with welcoming Executive Director of Sail Boston and President of Conventures, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty. Madam.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Doug. Hello, everyone. We're thrilled to see you. So happy to be here on this wonderful breezy day. You got a glimpse of our flags. Speaking of thank yous, I'd like to turn your attention to Boston Harbor and the Boston Fire Department giving us a salute a year upon execution of next year. So we want to thank the Boston Fire Department gentlemen very much. We appreciate that. As you may know, Boston is part of Sail 250, where we have ports in New Orleans, Norfolk, Baltimore, big international naval review of Great Hulls in New York City on the 4th of July. And then, as Doug said and Antoinette said, the largest assembly of tall ships ever to assemble would be in our outer harbor on July 10th of next year to parade and sail in at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, July 11th, and we want to see you all there. A quick shout out to, we wouldn't be able to do this without the great support of the state, the city, Massport, and 65 other public safety agencies that we work with in order to make this free family event happen. It would not happen also if we did not have great leadership, and with this time I'd like to introduce and hail Mike Mooney, our chairman, and I'd like our board of directors to stand very briefly to say thank you to you. Thank you, everyone.
White suit. I guess I join everyone by saying thank you for coming. I was reminded a year ago we had a kickoff press conference here, and a slightly smaller crowd than this, but we really appreciate your coming. Those of us who were here for 2017 in Sail Boston are especially excited, looking forward to Sail Boston 250, and more than 20 of the largest tall ships in the world coming here to Boston to celebrate not only Sail Boston 250, but our semi-quincentennial of the country. What better city to do it than a place like Boston, which has such a maritime history and is known with its reputation for being a warm, welcoming city to visitors. First thing I would like to do to pick up a little, I'm sorry to repeat, Dusty, would the directors quickly stand up? I want to recognize for all the hard work of Sail Boston that you do. And I want to add to that, with the staff of Conventures that work with Dusty and David Choate, give a stand or a shout out so we can say thank you to you as well. Thank you so much. It's important to recognize, however, that Sail Boston 250 would never be able to occur if it were not for our partnership with the Commonwealth and with the City of Boston, as well as with some other important organizations. For example, Massport, and Rich Davey is here. Rich, thank you for all you're doing for us. For Meet Boston, Martha, thank you for everything that you're doing. And the U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. Navy. Again, what can you ask for? That's as best as we could possibly have. I'm also privileged to share the stage this morning with the governor and the mayor. Both of them have been and are instrumental in the development of the Sail Boston 250 event and its future success. So Governor and Mayor in absentia for the moment, we really appreciate what you've done. With that, I want to introduce the mayor, who will have more interesting comments to have than I will, I'm sure. But Governor Healey has demonstrated strong proactive leadership in attracting major events to Boston by leveraging the Commonwealth's global reputation, strategic location, and world-class infrastructure. Through close collaboration with city officials, tourism leaders, and economic development agencies, she has championed initiatives that highlight Massachusetts as a premier destination for national and international gatherings. Her administration's commitment to innovation, hospitality, and public-private partnerships has helped secure high-profile events that drive tourism, boost the economy, and showcase the best of Massachusetts to the world. With that, I give you Governor Healey.
Wow. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is so great to be here. And I just want to say, I love Boston. I love Massachusetts. And we are going to have the best time next year. Think about all that's happening. I'm coming off a high because we had the Fever Sun game last night in Boston, TD Garden, right? That was awesome. WNBA, we're going to bring a team here to Boston. Next year, though, think about it, next year, right? But we'll be celebrating. We've got FIFA, the World Cup. Amazing, right? Soccer. We like soccer, too. We've got Sail Boston happening, right? Incredible. Ships from all over the world, including we're going to welcome back the English. We're going to be kind to them. Isn't that nice? We get to welcome them back to our harbor. And then everything that's happening with Mass 250. It's like incredible. And I just remind everybody, for the 1000th time, America, Massachusetts is where it all began, baby, right? So I love that we're celebrating Norfolk and we've got some other ports involved. That's great. That's wonderful. But it started right here, and we are going to party and celebrate like no other place in the entire country. Michael, thank you so much. You and the board, all that you do, Sail Boston. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, of course, to the incredible Dusty Rhodes and the team for what you produce on so many fronts for our state and city. I want to thank Admiral Duff for being here today, as well as Captain Prindle, representing the very best in this country, and that is those who serve our great nation. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I want to thank the mayor and all the folks from the city of Boston working in close partnership on all of this. I want to thank my partners. I get undue credit for everything. Of course, it's the teams that make it all happen, starting with Rich Davey. We could not have a better leader at Massport. Day in and day out, we're both repping our Mass 250 pins, see? Thank you for all you do, Rich. Martha, Meet Boston, like you guys have been going gangbusters all year. Because look, we're a year out from what will be an incredible celebration here, but just think about what we've done already. And many thank yous to Martha, to my team, to Sheila, to Kate Fox, who have been underway. We've already held the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. We've held the 250th anniversary of Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, the battles of Lexington and Concord, the Battle of Bunker Hill. And so that's already happened, and there's so much more to come statewide, building up to next summer's spectacular celebration. And we're going to see, as we've heard, ships from all over the globe, come to Boston, come to Massachusetts. We know this has been a tradition since 1776, and there's a reason for that. And I know, we're lucky to have Doug and Antoinette here today to celebrate with us and tell the story, but remember, Massachusetts, we've got a maritime history like no other state in the Union, right? Ships of sail put Massachusetts on the map from Essex to Boston to New Bedford. They grew our economy. They made our reputation as a place of progress, of innovation, of pride and prosperity. I come from up north, Newburyport. Those clipper ships sailed around the world in the 19th century. And now these ships are coming to a waterfront that is still inspiring the world. It'll be an international gathering at our global hub of commerce and culture. And with a global media spotlight, we're going to show off everything that makes our city and state great. We're going to celebrate our service members, our veterans, the military tradition that has been forged here for so long. After all, and gentlemen, thank you, we are Massachusetts, the birthplace of the Navy, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, and the Marines as well, thanks to George Washington's order many, many years ago. So these tall ships are going to bring us together. They're going to lift our spirits. Are we going to have Japan in the house next year? We say our Council General here, right? Okay, they're coming from everywhere. It's going to be awesome. They're going to lift our spirits. They're going to show what is just so great about our state, what is so great about this unbelievable country of ours. And not for nothing, they're going to bring us some big-time dollars. And I'm looking at my friends in the legislature, Senator Mark, Rep. Garbely. That is music to our ears, right? Big tourism dollars. We know that 25 years ago when we did this, it was $100 million raised. I think we're going to beat that and then some, don't you? Now, to make that happen, you have my promise, my commitment. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that our transportation, our public safety agencies are ready. All of the assets working together, working in partnership. That's how we do things here. This isn't just about celebrating history. We know it's about making memories. It's about making memories for the kids who come and for people who come all over the world next summer, celebrating, experiencing these majestic ships and working military vessels, meeting real sailors and cadets in uniform, bringing to life history, geography, navigation, culture, and service. This is going to be incredible. And once again, like in 1775 and 1776, that spirit of unity, of optimism will be centered in the Bay State. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. Thank you.
I'm not sure, but I think the governor is pumped up. Thank you for your enthusiasm, Governor. Appreciate that. It is our pleasure to introduce a leader who brings decades of experience in transportation, infrastructure, and public service to his role as CEO of the Massachusetts Port Authority. Rich Davey has held leadership positions at every level in the transportation sector, from serving as Secretary and CEO of MassDOT to leading transit operations in New York City and Boston. At Massport, he continues to champion innovation, economic development, and sustainability, ensuring that our ports remain world-class gateways to Massachusetts, and yes, as we will see next year, the world. Please join us in welcoming Massport CEO Rich Davey.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, with that resume, it's a polite way to say, Doug, that it's all my fault, right? Every transportation problem in Massachusetts. No, I'm thrilled to be here representing Massport as we officially mark the one-year countdown to Sail Boston 2026. You know, it's hard to believe that just in 12 short months behind us. By the way, it's really cool up here, Dusty. Could I extend my speech beyond 2.5 minutes? Is that possible? We're going to be excited to see the energy of millions of visitors, family, maritime fans celebrating together. Sail Boston, as the governor mentioned, is more than just a spectacular event. It's a celebration of our city and our region, our maritime spirit, our historical role in international trade and travel, and connecting our communities between Boston's working waterfront and the communities that surround it. At Massport, we are very proud to be a big and key partner in making this possible. Events like this just don't happen. You need dusty roads for sure, and you need a whole village of folks that are assembled here today to make this world-class experience happen. Over the next year, my team will continue to work closely with the city, state agencies, focusing on safety, as the governor mentioned, inclusivity, and accessibility, so that all Bostonians, Massachusetts residents, and anyone who comes to Massachusetts and Boston to experience this event will be able to experience this event. We're excited to be part of this. It's going to be an awesome day in a few days next year. We're delighted to be part of it. Thank you so much.
By the way, we do everything together.
Yes,
we're
we
together
do.
all the time.
We also
separated at the hip here.
We also keep our positions on the anchor desk in real life.
I never thought about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Well, Sail Boston would not be possible without our key partners. Are you ready for this list here? Fidelity, State Street, the Boston Red Sox, Broadway Pizza, Mopfre, Boston City Cruises, Eastern Bank, Massport, Granite Telecommunications, Mass 250, Hampshire House Corporation, Massachusetts Competitive Partnership, Blue Atlantic Fabricators, and our education and foundation partner, Tall Ships America. I am thrilled to announce the presenting sponsor of Sail Boston, Meet Boston. Meet Boston.
M-E-E-T.
M-E-E-T. Meet Boston has played a vital role in supporting events throughout the city by providing strategic marketing, promotional resources, and grant funds. As president and CEO of Meet Boston, Martha Sheridan has been at the forefront of promoting Boston as a world-class destination. World-class. Everyone, please join us in welcoming Martha Sheridan.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. Governor Healey, Rep. Garbely, and all the other invited officials, we're thrilled to be a part of this extraordinary event. I have to laugh, though, because we were in the midst of securing the bid for FIFA World Cup, which is 7 matches leading up to this extraordinary Sail Boston event. And Dusty came to me and said, we want to bring the tall ships back, and we want to bring them back in July of 26. And I was like, no way, not gonna happen. But guess what? As we all know, Dusty is relentless, and she did it. So thank you for that, and we're so excited. I'll wait 1 minute until the noise goes away, but we're so excited to be the presenting sponsor. I want to give credit to Boston and Cambridge's hotel community. The funds are generated through our hotels, and they very enthusiastically supported that we become the presenting sponsor of this event because they know what this event will mean to the city of Boston and to the entire surrounding area. It will mean millions of visitors coming here from across the globe, staying in our hotels, spending money, and experiencing all that Boston has to offer. And what else will they do? They will be coming for the first time, many of them, and they'll become rabid fans of this city and hopefully come back again and tell all their friends about it. So talk about world-class city. My goal, as my team knows, in supporting these events and working with our hotel community is global domination for the city of Boston. So this event is right up my alley. We can't wait to have it. And I have to encourage those of you in the audience, you read off a great list of sponsors. If you haven't seen the sponsorship packages available for this event, please take a look at them. They are packed with incredible opportunities for entertainment, staff and team building, experiencing these magnificent vessels. Just please take a look. It's great value. We're thrilled that we were able to do it, and I want to encourage any other corporate entities out there to please do the same and make sure that we have the best event we can possibly have. So I want to thank you. I'm excited to be a part of this board of directors, but also being a presenting sponsor. And again, thank you to our hotel community for all that you do to help support the city of Boston and Cambridge and putting us on the map globally. Thank you very much.
Martha, thank you. We'll call this a room full of extraordinary people, our next speaker is extra extraordinary. We had a few moments to speak with him before we started today's events, and it's pretty remarkable.
Let's talk about world class.
It is our honor to introduce a distinguished naval leader, Rear Admiral Gavin Deedle Duff. Wait till Boston's finest goes by there. He hasn't told us what his call sign Deedle is just yet. He says it's a bit of a story, but he will. Rear Admiral Duff graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 1995 with a Bachelor's of Science in Naval Architecture and earned his Wings of Gold in 1998. A graduate of the U.S. Naval Test Pilot School, he was the 13th commanding officer of the USS Harry Truman, as in the aircraft carrier USS Harry Truman. He assumed his current duties as Director of Plans, Policy, and Integration in April of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral Duff. And if I didn't mention also, he flew FA-18s, the Super Hornets, so. It's kind of a big deal.
Doug and Antoinette, thank you so much. Governor, excuse me, Ms. Rhodes, Mr. Mooney, Mr. Davey, Ms. Sheridan, Captain Prindle, thank you all very, very much for allowing me to join you today. Doug, do not worry. If in about 6 weeks you jump in the backseat of that airplane and call the little floating things boats, you will be right at home with naval aviators, since that's generally how we refer to them regardless of the size. The United States Navy is incredibly proud to once again partner with this distinguished groups of leadership and visionaries to celebrate our nation's 250th birthday here in this historic harbor. Few cities in America have a deeper connection to the sea, from the Boston Tea Party to the birthplace of our forerunner, the Continental Navy, in nearby Marblehead. This region has always answered the call, protect our nation on the high seas. Since our nation's founding, through peace, war, and every challenge in between, sailors of the United States Navy have stood the watch to protect our economic vitality, sustain our nation's influence, support our allies and partners, defer conflict, and when called upon, defend freedom. The Charleston Navy Yard, obviously the home of the USS Constitution, remains a living testament to that legacy. Sail Boston 2026 will be a significant moment for this city, the state, the Navy, and all those who cherish the sea. These ships obviously connect us to centuries of maritime history and remind us of the skill, courage, and discipline that seafaring demands, qualities shared by every sailor, cutterman, past, present, and future. We are incredibly proud to stand with you as we prepare to welcome a living history of 250 years of maritime power from the age of sail to modern warships to Boston's historic harbor, and celebrate and honor the legacy, courage, and spirit of the sailors, cuttermen, mariners who have walked their decks and ensured our nation's history and prosperity over the last 250 years. Thank you all very, very much.
Admiral, thank you so much. We want that Deedle story, okay? We'll meet you after the event. Okay, thank you so much. Well, it is now my pleasure to introduce you to the Mayor of Boston, who of course needs no introduction in this great city, a tireless advocate for equity, sustainability, and inclusive growth. Since taking office, she has led with bold vision and deep commitment to the people of our city and large-scale public events such as tall ships. Everyone, please welcome the 56th Mayor of Boston. We get a honk in the honor, Mayor Michelle Wu.
It's your fire department, Mayor. Good to see you.
Good afternoon to everyone. What an incredibly beautiful day, and thank you so much for all of the hard work and the progress from the last time we were gathered here to celebrate the kickoff to now counting down the days a year to go. Thank you to each and every one of those who have made this effort possible. To Dusty, to Michael Mooney and the entire Sail Boston team, Martha Sheridan and Meet Boston. Hello, Rich, nice to see you back home, right where you belong. Sail 250 is going to transform what summer feels like in the city of Boston. Thank you to our partners. Also, I'm so honored to be here and just to have caught the end of Admiral Duff's comments. Thank you also to Captain Prindle and the Coast Guard for your service and for all that you do to keep us safe. I also want to recognize my colleagues at the city who are working every day now, but who will certainly a year from now be doing a lot to keep all of the visitors and residents safe throughout Sail Boston in 2026. Thank you to Commissioner Michael Cox of the Boston Police Department. Thank you to Chief Jim Hooley of Boston EMS, to Chief Adrian Jordan of our Office of Emergency Preparedness, Commissioner Paul Burke of the Boston Fire Department, and Chief Dion Irish, who I saw here as well, Chief of Operations for the City of Boston, coordinating our events. Also, as always, a special thanks to Governor Healey and her entire administration for their partnership and steadfast leadership. With the state's collaboration, Sail Boston will reflect the very best that the City of Boston has to offer. Next summer, as they did 400 years before, tall ships will cross the horizon, and our waterfront will be a spectacle of maritime history for millions of attendees, creating lifetime memories. I, for one, can't wait to bring the kids. Next summer will mark 250 years since our founders stood up for what's right and reshaped the course of our country's history. Those lessons and that revolutionary spirit lives on in this city today, and I'm most excited for our little ones, for the next generation, to be able to take that in and carry that with them forever forward. Sail 250, America 250, and Boston 250 all have exciting plans in the works to make next year's Sail Boston honor that fierce spirit of independence. And our very own Boston Harbor, where brave patriots tossed the tea into the sea 251 years ago, is the perfect location to showcase that. Earlier this year, we lit 2 lanterns in the Old North Church to commemorate Paul Revere's ride. Just a few days later, we marked the 60th anniversary of Dr. King's Freedom March from Roxbury to the Common. Revolutionaries continue to choose Boston because we're a gateway to the world and a gateway to people seeking possibility. Our harbor is central to that gateway. Since American patriots cemented our independence 2.5 centuries ago, generations of immigrants have sailed to the very same harbor and adopted that spirit. To honor that legacy, we are thrilled to welcome more than 25 international tall ships to our harbor next year, awe-inspiring vessels, each with a story of their own. From the Italian Amerigo Vespucci to the Argentinian Libertad to the Peruvian Unión. These relics will attract visitors from all around the world who we are so excited to welcome to Boston. And at the same time next summer, we're thrilled to also serve as a host city for 7 FIFA World Cup matches. Many of the tall ships and the World Cup teams represent countries and cultures who are deeply rooted here in Boston every day of the year. From the Caribbean to Cabo Verde, from Ireland to Italy, from Colombia to Indonesia. This is an extraordinary opportunity to celebrate and elevate Boston's community, our diversity, our roots, the rich cultures who make up our neighborhoods, and to ensure that every resident sees themselves reflected in these festivities. Our team is partnering with cultural groups across the city to create welcoming, inclusive, and representative programming for all to enjoy. Between the tall ships and the World Cup, we will be welcoming millions of visitors to our city in June and July next year. So we're already coordinating with partners at the state level and across all of our city departments to ensure that Boston is a safe and welcoming place for our guests, our homegrown fans, and the everyday revolutionaries that shape our city. We're making sure that Boston is ready to both host international events and to do so in a way that prioritizes the safety, mobility, and excitement of our residents and visitors. These events are not just about tourism, they are fundamental to our economy and creating economic opportunity. In past years, Sail Boston has generated over $120 million in economic activity for our small businesses, boosting commerce, tourism, and hospitality. And in 2026, we are making the event even bigger and even more inclusive, creating opportunities for local artists and vendors, youth organizations, and community groups to also be part of the fun. We want to make sure that the Boston we show off to the world is the one that we love so well every single day of the year. From concessions along the waterfront, entertainment programming, and pop-up markets, we're putting Boston's entrepreneurs front and center, making deliberate partnerships with local businesses owned by women and people of color and our residents right here in our city. With just under a year to go, the excitement is building and so is the momentum. Boston is ready to shine on the global stage, and we will continue to do so as we have done throughout our nearly 400-year history. Less than a year from now, the world will turn its eyes to Boston, not just to remember the ships that immigrants sailed, but the odds they overcame, the neighborhoods they built, the city who continues to live through on the values and the legacy that they built then and that we still carry forward today. Boston is so grateful and excited to welcome the world to our harbor once again, and we look forward to seeing everyone next year.
Thank you so much, Mayor Wu, and I agree. I am very excited to bring my own kids out to Sail Boston next year. Seeing it all through a child's eyes, there's nothing like it. Well, how could we have a fleet of international tall ships enter the Port of Boston without the due diligence of the Coast Guard? It is my honor to introduce a distinguished leader in maritime service and national security, Captain Clinton Prindle, the Chief of Staff of the Northeast Coast Guard District. Captain Prindle.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So the Coast Guard is really excited to participate in and support this truly historic maritime event, Sail 250 Boston. Sail 250 Boston is a once-in-a-generation maritime celebration marking the 250th anniversary of our nation. From July 11th to July 16th of next year, Boston Harbor will come alive with U.S. and international tall ships, including our own United States Coast Guard Bark Eagle, and we're really proud of Eagle. This event coincides with other major national and international celebrations, including FIFA World Cup, making Boston a true international spotlight for the summer of 2026. Given the scale, complexity, and visibility of this event, multi-agency coordination is essential to ensuring the safe, secure, and seamless experience for all. The Coast Guard serves as the lead federal agency for maritime safety and security and is proud to work alongside our federal, state, local, and private sector partners in a unified command. Together, we are developing and exercising comprehensive plans to protect vessels, visitors, and critical infrastructure throughout the event. Throughout Sail 250 Boston, the Coast Guard will continue to facilitate the flow of maritime commerce and port operations, which is critical to this Port of Boston. Some temporary safety and security zones will be established in the harbor, particularly during the parade of sail and when ships are at anchor. And we are committed to providing clear and advanced communication with the maritime community and the public to minimize disruptions and maintain safety. And we are engaging early and often with maritime stakeholders, waterfront businesses, harbor users, and the public. You can expect ongoing outreach, timely updates, and dedicated coordination with our port partners as planning continues. Public safety is our top priority, and everyone has a role in making sure that this is a safe and successful event. The Coast Guard is proud to help welcome the world to this remarkable city in celebration of our nation's 250th birthday. And we thank our partners, organizers, and the people of Boston for their cooperation, their enthusiasm, and their maritime spirit. We look forward to a spectacular and safe Sail 250. Thank you.
Captain, thank you so much. Wow, we're just about done here. Sounds like the countdown clock is on.
Start it.
Okay, it's online. It's on the website. Well, we are so thrilled that Sail Boston and a grand parade of sail are returning to celebrate America's 250th. Boston really has so much to offer as the birthplace of the American Revolution, and we are just so delighted to celebrate the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Boston's role in America's history.
It really is a celebration, and we want to thank you for your time today. We look forward to updating you and sharing new updates and information as Sail Boston takes shape over the next 12 months. We got to get through that little thing called winter, but we'll get there. So mark your calendars for July 11th through the 16th, 2026. Invite your friends and family. Do the same as we all look forward to this incredible event.
How about we all meet around this area next year, everyone, right? Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and thanks so much for being with us.
We'll see you in the morning.
4:30 a.m., WCVB Channel 5.